Hey guys, and welcome back to Super Monkey Ball 2. In this part, if you haven't noticed that these cutscenes are goddamn ridiculous yet, well, you will now. A bomb. This is a bomb. Bomb.
Bomb.
People gonna die.
Also, I,
Uh,
I hope you're not Gongon fans, because this is the one plot important thing Gongon does ever. And I mean, granted, Baby does jack shit, so whatever. It's the I Mimi show. But at least Gongon does something, and he
Are we
has.
sure it won't explode on impact?
Um, actually, I think they were banking on it exploding on impact.
but not on impact with Gongon.
Oh, that actually would be really, really bad if that happened, because then the whole island would have exploded.
I feel like I've seen this sort of plot before. I'm not the whole like evil monkey taking away bananas, because that kind of has shades of Donkey Kong Country. Only replace Doctor.
Well,
Bad
it
Boom
makes
with
more
King
sense
K.
for
Rool.
a monkey to be stealing bananas than goddamn crocodiles. Like, what are they gonna do with it? All right, like just let him.
Well,
eat.
they're also pirates. They just steal shit.
Yeah, they steal shit, but they also steal valuable shit. Not bananas.
Hey, there ain't nothing more valuable than a Dole banana. Dole.
So here's my question. Why do we need to bother rolling around on these weird obstacle courses when the monkey balls can fly?
Because we have to solve Dr. Bad Boon's mazes in order to get the bananas back, even though you can skip all of the bananas in Dr. Bad Boon's mazes. And we're never going to catch up to him if he's got the frog suit. We might as well just not even try.
Well, maybe if they didn't waste their time doing this stupid dance, they could catch up.
Hey, having a amp up routine is very, very important, okay?
I feel that they'd be better suited if they said, "Let's do this together," instead of "Let us cooperate."
Let us cooperate. Ooh,
Right.
ooh, ooh.
Yeah, it doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
Maybe
Yeah,
it felt it was a little bit less stilted in the Japanese, but honestly, I don't think that they got their ace writers in the Japanese version either. So, whatever.
Oh, but it's monkey ball. It's poetry, Ted. Poetry.
Well, we already had a metaphor for totalitarianism in the last part. So, oh goddamn reversible gear. This fucking stage. This was the one that kept me held up for months when I was a kid. It's
Because you just had to get the fucking bananas.
No,
didn't you?
it's okay. So there's one opening in this goddamn gear, and it'll stop in one of two places. And so you have to be really goddamn precise when you go in, because if you're even a second too slow, the thing will push you out, and then like the centrifugal force will push you off the stage. It's almost impossible to save yourself if you fall off. So
Do you think if you were to hug inside one of the indentations,
maybe,
would
but
that
then
save you?
the camera would probably fuck you up, because Sega tradition, the camera is occasionally pretty terrible. It's always behind II, unless if like geometry gets in the way or you need to turn the camera to a completely different angle, and then it takes a while. And yeah, that's honestly the biggest issue with Monkey Ball, is that the camera is not great, which Sega games. So
Oh,
also,
Now,
I should let you know that my philosophy when editing out deaths was, if it was funny, I kept it in. If not, I didn't. So I died an awful lot more than you're seeing in this playthrough, just to let you guys know.
so falling off at the beginning of the course is different than, say, getting to the very end of the course and then suddenly a random fist just pops in and flicks you off the fucking stage.
Basically, yeah.
it's always humorous when you hit the goalpost and just bounce off to your death, though.
Well, it's humorous the first time. The 15th time, then you're starting to get a little bit frustrating. You're starting to get a little bit frustrated. Thankfully, story mode has unlimited lives. Arcade mode doesn't, although I think if you get enough play points, you can start buying lives so that your max life counter goes up when you start arcade mode, making it easier to see all of like the master courses and all that shit. So, not that I could ever beat any of them, but some of them get goddamn ridiculous. So, look them up if you ever want like a mind fuck. So yeah.
To Games Done Quick YouTube channel.
Did Games Done Quick do Monkey Ball?
They've done
Yeah.
them, yeah.
Yeah. Did they do story mode or arcade mode?
Arcade mode.
Oh, okay. That means that they're doing all like the extra levels, the
Master courses and
oh
stuff.
god, the master.
Well, no, they're utilizing warps when appropriate. You want to talk about those for a second?
Oh yeah. So some levels, not every level, will have 2 or sometimes even 3 goalposts. In story mode, they don't do anything but give you a points multiplier. But in arcade mode, they will warp you ahead a certain amount of levels. And some of them are really, really hard to get to. So yeah, that's cool. But I've never been able to do any but like the really, really simple ones. I only ever really tried to go for warps in Monkey Ball 1 because, honestly, I don't play arcade mode in Monkey Ball 2 very much, because if there's a story mode, I want to be playing that instead. I think if I were ever to play Monkey Ball 2 again, no, I'd probably just play story mode, but skip all the cutscenes.
Oh, for God's sakes.
The goddamn party ball! Oh, man. That thing has killed me more times than I would like to count.
You're a fucking freeloader. You're not bringing any sort of punch or pie. Just hoping to crash in, hoping nobody notices, and eat all the damn burritos.
No, not the
It's called potluck for a reason.
Yeah, but I would be the kind of guy who doesn't bring anything and then just eats everything anyway, though. Like,
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Coming in, hoping nobody notices, and you eat all the goddamn Doritos.
no,
You mean Dole bananas?
trademark. Dole bananas are a property of Dole Limited. All hail Dole overlords. A tweester.
My favorite politician was Bob Dole.
Who?
Exactly.
Well, I don't know if Ted's old enough to even remember Bob Dole.
I don't remember Bob Dole, so even if I am old enough, it doesn't really matter an awful lot at this point.
Oh god. Oh god.
That one's actually not
Physics.
that bad. If you
It looks surprisingly easy to screw up, though.
Yeah. The thing about story mode is I don't know if all these levels are in the same order as they are in the arcade mode, but sometimes you'll get a level really early on that'll keep you like stuck, and then later there will be levels that you get trapped on for the rest of your playthrough. You see, this
That
is
was
why I
Ted
don't try to
attempting
do
a speedrun strat.
Yeah, that's why I don't do skips. I was actually pretty close. If I had landed on the flat part, I think I would have just bounced up and I would have made it, but nope, I'm gonna do the long way now.
That require you to land dead center.
Yeah. I'd probably have to completely let go of the control stick in order to bounce correctly too.
And let the camera do the work for you. Oh god.
Yeah, that would make me wince. Yeah, there's if you want to speedrun Monkey Ball, there's a lot of I see a lot of pause buffering so that you start stuff at the correct milliseconds, so the physics objects will be right in the exact place you need them to be, so that you bounce off in this exact precise pinball fucking way, so that you do some sort of giant skip. There's I'll mention the level that I'm thinking about later because I don't think it's until World 6 or 7. For the Monkey Ball speedrun I was thinking of, but yeah. Oh, I'm going for.
I was going back home.
I'm actually going for one of the warp rolls right now because this is actually one of the easier ones to get. So all you have to do is go backwards at the start of the level.
See, this is exactly why anything action adventure platformers of the sort, if they tell me to go right, I'm going left first.
Oh no, you always have. You've started doing that ever since you started playing Metroid, haven't you?
Yes, absolutely. It rewarded me.
As long as you obey that principle, you will never miss anything in Final Fantasy 13 ever.
Yeah. Oh, plot's that way? I think I'll just go over here and not move.
Okay, Dr. Baboon, if you didn't say, they'll never find me now, they actually would have never found you. Instead, since you brought your attention to yourself, they finally found you, Dr. Baboon!
Let's take a look at his outfit for a second here. His breathing apparatus is somewhat attached to the side of his face.
Oh no, his cheek is getting oxygen, but his...
Yeah, but there's nothing on his nose, and he's still wearing the monocle.
It's not even attached to anything, so it should just fall off.
It's a
How is
fucking
he?
frog suit from Mario 3.
How is he talking underwater?
So long, every...
No, yeah, backwards, Ted.
Also, II and crew shouldn't be able to cure anybody because they're in the goddamn balls. So, like, you should be saying, not so fast, Dr. Baboon, and everybody's like, what? I said, not so fast, Dr.
Yeah.
What?
That's why I have to keep repeating these every single cutscene. I'll get you, Dr. Baboon.
I think it's long overdue for us to point this out, considering it's the second part, but dear God, the animations in these cutscenes are terrible.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, they do have a campy, so bad it's good kind of charm to them, but it's obvious that they didn't put a terrible amount of effort into the story mode of this game. It was basically just an excuse for kids to actually be able to beat it, because they wanted to keep the standard arcade mode in there. But I do think that a lot of people did, like, it's one of so often in games it's the cutesy looking shit that ends up being impossibly hard. So, like, I'm sure that there were plenty of you guys, if you just moved, the whale wouldn't eat you. Guys.
No, but you see, this cutscene right here sort of establishes that Dr. Baboon isn't so bad at all. He warns II that there's something behind him. He didn't have to do that.
Yeah, well, you know, it's one of those, I'm not going to fall for that kind of trick, kind of.
Oh, yeah, but the fact that Dr. Baboon warned II at all just goes to show, oh, this monkey ain't so bad.
You know something? I just said that the animation was terrible, but there was a weird sort of flabbiness to the bottom of the whale as it shut its mouth. That was actually pretty impressive. It was actually pretty impressive
This
animation.
is right up there with Sonic Adventure, I would say.
It's like the whale swallowed Station Square.
I would say slightly better than Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, this game did come out a good... Monkey Ball 2 was like 2002, so like a good 4 years after Adventure, so, you know, it makes sense. I mean, granted, the visual fidelity is not really Monkey Ball's strong suit. It's basically about as simplistic as you can get for video game graphics. So, yeah.
Super Monkey Ball 2 was 2002.
Yeah, so that would be 4 years after Sonic Adventure. Oh, wait, hold on. Are we doing the... Oh, yeah, we all are doing the whale in this part. Fuck this level. Oh, God. Yeah, the whale stages, I think, are easily... World 4 is the weakest world in the game by far. Because this is the most gimmicky of all of the worlds in the game, meaning there's a lot of moving physics parts in all of the different levels, meaning that...
For example, this.
Yeah, so basically what that means is that you're... The physics are very precise, but they're precise when you're trying to, like, manipulate the ball, like the monkey in the ball. It becomes less precise when you have to say, make the monkeys bounce off of a specific thing. That's when things start to get a little bit more wonky and less controllable. And since so many stages in World 4 rely on that, oh well, I wasn't gonna get it at that point. So, yeah. So since so many of the physics stuff in Monkey Ball 2 like is unreliable. Well, this stage specifically, everything after this stage it gets an awful lot better again. But this is, I think, probably a massive difficulty spike, and I think World 5 is a lot easier than World 4. They should have switched all the levels, personally, but...
This level lied to me. We aren't playing Tony Hawk at all. Tony Hawk was easier than this.
I can't play pro skating games. Like, I'm not good at it at all. Like, I don't...
It varies depending on the game. I would say Tony Hawk is probably the best at it.
Well, it might help that the only skating... Slow down! The only skating game I've really spent any given amount of time with is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 on the Game Boy Advance. So...
Oh.
You poor soul.
Yeah.
Oh God, this is like one mistake and you go flying.
Yeah, if you're on the pink when the comb turns around, you just lose instantly. This was another stage that me and my sister were stuck on for forever. But eventually you learn that you have to do this rhythm where you like up, and there might be a faster way to do it, but I haven't figured that out yet. So, you know, there.
Dude, I was totally hoping it'd smack you.
Don't worry.
I'm always on the move for a good physical slapstick.
Don't worry. There's plenty. Oh yeah, if you're one of those people who's like, oh man, I hope Ted gets the shit kicked out of him. You know, this playthrough has plenty of that going for you. So,
speaking of Final Fantasy 13, I'm having flashbacks to the goddamn airship before you fight Barthandelus. The area looks like a much more spread out version of this. Oof.
A beehive?
Yeah, more or less. It's just this big, wide open area that's designed so that you can basically run circles around it, grinding if you need to max out your stats before the boss.
It's symbolic of the fact that the Fal'Cie are a hive mind, and you're their worker bee doing their bidding for them. Oh, I almost did the skip. I almost did it. Ah, shit.
It's, well, you know what it's actually symbolic of? Of the fact that the game was completely and utterly linear up until you got to that airship, and then suddenly it decided it wanted to have open environments.
Like, you mean like an actual dungeon? Where you, like, explored it and did shit?
In theory.
Man,
in practice, it's more like just a big, wide open space.
Man, our Final Fantasy 13 tangents aren't just sticking to our actual Final Fantasy game. They're invading other commentaries now.
Infectious. Yes.
Well, you know, since I'm never going to record Final Fantasy 13 1, I might as well talk about other games. Oh man, so close and yet so far.
That was actually, like, relatively impressive up to the point I bounced off the goalpost and died like a moron.
You know, that first, like, grading area at the very beginning of these levels reminds me of the special stages in Sonic 3D Blast, Genesis version, specifically the Tails ones.
You mean the 3D Blast special stages were like the straight line where you just picked up rings, right?
Yeah, and the Tails ones were, oh, man, you bounced pretty far. You bounced over the thing before it could launch you.
Yeah.
The Tails ones were in the sky, and the path you were on was a grating. The, Knuckles ones were in a volcano, and the path you were on was a wooden bridge.
Oh, I don't think I ever saw the
bridge in a volcano? I have no fucking idea who thought that was a good idea to build a wooden bridge inside a volcano, but...
I don't think I ever saw the Tails ones. I think I only saw the Knuckles... Oh! But...
This is where physics and camera conjoin to become a true abomination of the soul.
This is where you really wish you had that jump you were talking about earlier.
But the jump is so wonky in Banana Blitz, though.
And off you go.
Yeah, but it'd help you in a situation like this.
Okay, like the one time, maybe, sure, but... You want to know what Banana Blitz also had that was unnecessary for a Monkey Ball game? Boss fights. Yeah, because this is the kind of game you want to be fighting a boss in. Yeah, okay.
Are they in a ball too?
The bosses? No, I think the first boss in Banana Blitz was like a bird, and you jumped on a button on its head, and it had a button on its head for some ungod reason. It's just...
ungodly.
No, it's an ungod. It's the opposite of a god.
I'll tell you, who has a button on his head, Satan.
That sounds like the plot of a Xeno game.
There you go.
Whoosh. Yeah, that probably... when I was doing my playthrough of that before I recorded it, that I was stuck on that stage for like an hour. Maybe not an hour, probably more like 20 minutes, but, you know, it was still annoying.
I can see it. It's an incredibly finicky physics puzzle.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
I in hell!
Yeah, you know, okay, so here's the thing. If you, like, shaken baby syndrome works because when you shake the baby's brain kind of rattles around in the skull and crushes the brain around. And why did I give you that morbid message, you may ask? Because right there, that should have happened to Ai. He should have, like, concussions and broken limbs all over the place.
The better Ai than fucking the actual baby monkey. I forgot the name.
Oh,
Baby.
you want to know? Oh, you want to know what the fun thing about Baby is? Baby is a secret agent from the future who's Ai and Mimi's kid, and he goes back in time to make sure that Ai and Mimi bang, and he exists. I did not make this up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And they reinforce this in later games where he's got like a Cyclops visor and like a walkie robot tank. Yeah.
I'm from the future to make you two bumbuglies.
Yeah, apparently he's like super smart too because reasons. I don't know. Baby is the character I always pick though because for one I think he's cute. And apparently a lot of speedrunners pick him too because since he's the smallest monkey, through the transparent ball, you can see more of the ground when you're picking Baby, meaning that you could be more precise on really thin platforms. So yeah, especially.
So Baby's character development or character arc is just getting the two to bang.
I suppose so. Although, in this case, getting them to bang involves getting less balls in the picture. Ironically enough.
So let me get this straight. He's essentially Kyle Reese, except not.
A little bit, yeah. But
Start selling Dr. Bevan like a Terminator.
It feels no pity, no remorse, until you bag.
No, I mean until you're dead. Bagging, you should bag first.
But I believe in Monkey Ball 1 and 2, at the very least, none of the monkeys have varying stats, so you can just pick whoever you want, and it doesn't affect the gameplay in any way. Later games, I think, do have varying stats for the monkeys, but... fuck this level. Fuck this level. The only way I've been able to figure out how to beat this level reliably is to do a speedrun trick, where you wait around here for like 10 seconds, and then you rush, and then you're just about to land on... and then you just happen to land on the goal post, and I already fucked it up because I fell off the side.
What are you timing here?
I think it's like 46 seconds or so.
No, I mean, but why the stall?
Okay, so the
platforms, the rings at the end, they rotate, and the goal ring is on the last one. And so you gotta wait for it to rotate around so that you can get to it and roll through it. Otherwise, you'd have to time it, like, you'd have to painstakingly, very slowly roll yourself across the rings as they rotate, and,
there's gaps between the rings, though, so you can't even get like, granted, if it was, like, one solid ring, like, that was rotating, I would understand what they were trying to make you do, which is stay on the rotating ring, dodge the spider legs, and wait for the goal ring to get up. Okay, that would probably be wonky, but it would be interesting, but it's impossible to get across those while they're rotating and stay on while balancing and dodging the spider legs, so that's like the only...
Not to mention, the gap is big enough so that you need some sort of speed to get over the gap.
Yeah, so it's just impossible to do it without doing that trick I showed you, so... yeah, fuck that level.